What is a great first car? Give me examples. Corolla, yeah. Camry, yeah. The Honda Civic. But then there's also the Acura TL 2004 to 2008 model, which rides better, feels more luxurious, and is even cheaper than all these cars I've mentioned. Yes, you can buy this car less than 5 million naira for Tokumbo. But why is it so, like, why is the price down if it is actually a luxury car? You know I always bring you gems on this channel. I bring you gems like the BMW E90. And now we have the Acura TL in front of us. My guy just got this car and I'm like, you know what, we need to show people what this car can do. Why is it that this car, people are not buying it, people are not even looking into it, even though it looks very good. We're going to discuss everything you need to know about the Acura TL. Cost, maintenance, issues, what it has to offer you. We're going to discuss everything on this underrated entry-level luxury car by Acura. My name is Crank and this is 234 Drive. Remember, like, share and subscribe. That is how we are able to keep this channel running. Let's get into it. The looks sporty. If I did not tell you, there's no way you would know this information I'm about to spill. This car is based on the Honda end of discussion. Yes, this car. Yes. Acura saw the Honda end of discussion and said, we need to make a sportier, a more luxurious version of this EOD and give people this. So if you didn't know, back then when Americans were flogging Japanese to luxury cars, performance cars, Japanese people needed to sell more cars in the US, needed to sell more expensive cars. The Camry was already there, Civic was already there. They were selling, but they needed to sell more expensive cars. So Nissan made Infiniti, Honda made Acura, Toyota made Lexus. So this Acura TL is the sporty version of the Honda Accord EOD. So yeah, look at it. I don't know if you see it now. Can you see the EOD? The way it is long, can you see it? Okay. So now look at this headlight now. This headlight feels very, like everything on this car, the lights, everything just feels straight. The headlight is just straight. You get a straight line all the way. You have a side marker here, then you have a side marker at the rear. That one is an indicator, this one is a reflector. But the fact that everything just blends well on this car, I like it. If it's one thing I like in sporty cars, sporty wheels, I like when they give me sporty wheels on cars straight from the factory, and this car doesn't like that. The tail lights, I like how they just sit there. So yeah, I think this car is very sporty. The styling is nice. It's not the best styling from Acura. Acura got better with styling, but not for the TL. Because the next generation of the TL is one car that you cannot differentiate the back from the front. The back and front, they just look alike. I don't really like the next generation. This is the third generation. I think it was the best Acura TL ever. The other Acuras I like are the TSX and the MDX and maybe the ZDX. Yeah, that one is a very peculiar car. We're going to talk about it very soon. But yeah, what do you think about the Acura TL? What do you think about the looks? What do you think about the exterior appearance only? Do you like it? I think if you compare this car to like the BMW E90 or the Lexus IS250, those ones are smaller. This one looks bigger. But I think that this car has a look that a lot of people will like. Because me, I like it. This is a car I would not mind having. I would like to have it. That's why I call it a gem. Because when you sit on the road, you're like, ha, where did this car come from? It's just the Acura TL. Let's check out the interior. Let's see what it has to offer on the inside. You see, one thing I like about Acura, especially the Acura of the early 2000s, no gimmicks. Once you see leather, it is leather. Once you see wood, it is wood. Look at this door panel now. You have leather, you have some carbon fiber trim. This is actually carbon fiber trim. This is plastic, and this is some aluminum stuff. No, like you don't use one thing to deceive you or blah blah blah. Full luxury, entry level. An entry level luxury car means that this car doesn't offer what an S-Class offer or what a BMW X5 will offer. It's not a luxury car, but it is very comfortable. It is comfortable enough. It is well put together, well made. That the interior is not cheap. So no cheap things here. You can see this fine leather on the seats. Let me just let me feel at home. So yeah, it's just there. Honestly, it's just very alright. Although I have one issue with the dashboard which I did not expect to see, the dashboard cracks. So this dashboard cracks. So when you buy it, when sun hits it too much, it starts to crack. So that is like a Lexus Toyota problem. Sadly, the Acura also had it back then. So if you buy a dashboard cover, you are good. See this audio system. In the whole world, this car was the first entry-level car to enter America with an 8-speaker audio system. This thing, the speaker is crazy. The speaker bangs. So look at the speaker. Look at how it looks. You see that they are not even faffing around. It's supposed to be a cover here, but one of the issues of this car, it breaks. So when it breaks, it just goes missing. So this place is supposed to have something that slides open. But yeah, look at this infotainment now. It looks old. So if you want to just upgrade it a bit, buy Android, put it there, and you are good to go. You are good to go. Dual zone AC, everything works. This is just like an IS250 killer, basically. So if you don't want to buy the IS250 for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 million naira, buy this one for like 5, 6 million naira. You are good, honestly. The engine uses a 3.2 liter V6 engine paired to a 5-speed automatic transmission. Although I'll tell you more about that transmission, which seems to be a stumbling block when you're buying this car, but don't worry, we'll get to that. The comfort is very comfortable, honestly. Very comfortable, and you can adjust the seats. This thing is missing, so I have to use this thing manually. You can adjust the seats. So yeah, this is a standard entry-level luxury car, like I said. There's nothing that this car lacks. So don't even come and tell me that this car is not. Nah, this car is equipped. It is Acura. It is properly built. I'm telling you, you can say it is old. It is not. Doesn't have modern tech, but the build quality, it is properly built. Properly built. Everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. I don't even know what to say, but this was the last thing I expected to find in the back of this car. Better than the IS250. This is not a comparison, but this is better than IS250 and the E90 based on seat. Like the back, I'm comfortable. Looking at this dashboard again from the back. Yeah, this is Honda style. Too many buttons. Feels old, but it does the job. So let us check out the engine and talk about the problems. Like I said, I talked about the transmission, so let us check out the engine and let me tell you some few things you need to know about how this car drives. VTEC, baby. 3.2 liter V6 engine, VTEC equipped. VTEC means variable valve timing and lift electronic control, meaning that this car doesn't just drive. When you're speeding, you know that, oh, this guy is speeding now, so now I need to open up the valve more, or now I need to reduce the valve if you're not speeding, so that it controls the amount of fuel entering the car to give you maximum performance. So this is an intelligent car. The engine in this car is not the enemy. I'll drive it to see how it moves. The actual enemy, our enemy with this car, our oppressor with this car, is the 5-speed automatic transmission. If you have this car, you need to service it every 30,000 miles. Every 30,000 miles. So you need to service transmission so that it doesn't pack up, because they tend to have issues a lot. But if you're interested in manual cars and you find the manual of this car, then perfect. Perfect. But if you have the automatic, you need to service it every 30,000 miles. In fact, when you take it to a workshop and you put it on the lift, they take it up, you start to see oil around the engine, black oil, like you know that, man, your transmission is giving up. Or when you start to feel it slipping, you're driving, it's not entering gear too easily, it's just jerking, it's not smooth, then you know that transmission you need to change. Most times you need to change it. Except you scan it and you see transmission codes like P0815 or P0816. That means you just need to change something they call the transmission range. You change it and you're good. But any other thing, you most likely need to change the transmission. So what are the other problems that this car has before we start to drive it? Let me tell you. The second problem after the transmission is ball joint. Sorry, but this is Honda from 2007. It is not immune to the ball joint issue. The ball joint can fail. Your car was just on the road. You get me? This is Honda solved that issue in 2011. So this one, they suffer from the ball joint issue. And this car also has more weight than the Accord. So it is even more prone to this problem. So beware. Don't start here. Change your ball joint. Or when you're turning, you're just hearing some clunking sounds. Change your ball joint. Second issue is the transmission mount and the engine mount. They call it gear mounting in Nigeria. And those rubber bushings that hold the gear and the transmission in place. If you start your car, you're speeding, the car is vibrating slightly, then maybe you need to change your transmission mount. Or when you put the gear in drive, it does go. You put it in reverse, it does go. Maybe your mount is shaking and you need to change it. Fourth problem is this system. It has Bluetooth. So let's say you're using your Bluetooth connected to your phone for calls and all that. Please don't mind that sound. And you switch off the car. Sometimes the Bluetooth, you think the thing is awful. The thing is supposed to be awful, but then it's still loading, it's still booting, it's still trying to connect to devices. Then it kills your battery. You get to your Acura TL, you try to start in the morning, it's not starting, but you switch off the car, you off everything, but no, the Bluetooth in the car is just malfunction, it's just connecting on its own. So you start to notice that your battery gets drained for no reason. So you start to notice that your battery gets drained for no reason, just change it into Android. The Bluetooth is cuckoo just for calls, so just cuckoo remove it and put Android and be using your phone and be jamming music. Fifth problem, like I said, the dashboard cracks. So yeah, dashboard cracks. But yeah, this build quality is actually amazing. For a 2004 car to look this good at this time, at this hour, 2025. Sorry, 2024 I'm rushing. But yeah, 2024 and this car still looks good. The only bad side is this side, this thing, that's chopped. This leather has gone. All you need to do is change it for maybe 5k. And the car is back to fresh. So let's drive this car. Let's put this car on the road and see how it feels. I like the display on the gauge cluster. The blue and red light just goes so well. Yeah, it drives very sturdy. I mean, most Hondas feel more planted to the ground than their Toyota counterpart. But this one is heavier. It's very, very sturdy. I like that. Feels like I'm pushing some weight. I just tried to overtake a car and I was successful. So that 3.2 liter V6 is actually punchy. It is punchy. Oh, this car has a TPMS sensor, nice. And we have a bunch of check engine lights here, VSA check engine lights, because probably not maintained properly. The check engine light of this car is on for a very small reason. I'll show you guys. Most people just like to ignore these small things and then it becomes something big. I'm using the sports mode and this is a fun car, a fun first car to have. A very, very fun first car to have. The car moves well. No, the EOD cannot move like this. That one even a 4-cylinder for this. It will be V6. I think it's the same engine, but this is actually this is a fun car. Suspension is firm, planted to the ground, and I like cars that you buy and you can you have the confidence to match it. You can press it anytime you want. That is what this car is doing to me now. Like I can just match it whenever I feel like. For instance, I just buy full tank of petrol. I know that okay, I have maybe 10 minutes to just match it and feel like I just bought full tank of petrol. You know that feeling. And when you match it, you get the feedback. Feedback is very important in cars, and this car gives you just that. By Acura. Acura. Era Acura. MRR Acura. Acura Nikera. Like I said, I want to show you why the check engine light is on. And then we call it a wrap. You guys come and see something. Come close. See. This air box. There's a slight leak here. Slight leak. Not even slight. Air is supposed to be entering here straight. But this car's ECU will now notice that the amount of air that is supposed to enter this car is not entering. So there's an issue. So it just throws a check engine light. That is an issue with the air intake system. So if you scan this car now, you see that one as an issue. So all these small things, one just has to buy these new pipes and clamp it together. No air loss. Car will be perfect. Now the car will be rough idling. Like you start, it's not smooth vibration because the amount of air that's supposed to enter is not entering. So those are the small things that you need to pay attention to with this car. This is the owner of the car. I'm going to ask him a few questions about this car. First question I have for you is, why is there a baseball bat in your car?
For security now. You know,
security as well.
Lagos, anything can happen.
For your second question is, are you a bouncer?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, now so like, why did you used to have an E90? Why did you buy the Acura TL?
I enjoyed the E90. I used it for a lot of fun, but I just got tired when too many issues started coming up. So I just knew an Acura would be more reliable.
Okay, so how has it been?
Well, it's been good so far. I just get in the car, start it. I don't need to worry about if the car starts or not. So it's been fine.
So like, what do you think everybody's missing out by not buying the Acura TL and going after cars like the IS250, Benz C300, like all these cars that are way more expensive than the Acura TL? What do you think everybody's missing out on? Specifically, one thing that people are missing out on.
I would say reliability, and it's very cost effective compared to other brands.
You just heard from the horse's mouth. He wanted reliability, but with the same luxury he gets from a BMW. Although I don't entirely agree with him that the E90 was not reliable. I'm sure he did something wrong. You know, me, I'm an advocate for the E90. But yeah, what do you guys think about this car? Is this a car you would buy if you were trying to buy an entry-level luxury car? Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know the next car you want to see. And remember, any car you want to buy, just let us know via our email, cars@234drive.com. We will advise you, point you in the right direction, and let you know if that car you're thinking of buying is a good decision or a bad decision based on your conditions. My name is Crank once again, and this is 234 Drive.